So, the Israelites were off. They had just left Egypt. It was time to go. Pharaoh had finally said, okay, all right. So many plagues. You can go. Get out of here. And he let the Israelites leave Egypt. And the people set out on their journey with everything they owned, including their cattle and sheep. God led the people into the desert. Imagine just like suddenly Pharaoh, after years and years of slavery, Pharaoh's like, go. And you're like, all right, everybody, pack up. Take everything you can carry. Put it on your cattle, whatever. Let's go. So, in the daytime, God went ahead of them in a huge, tall cloud that towered over the Israelites and gave them shade in the hot desert. So they were following God in the shape of a cloud during the day. And at night, the tall pillar cloud became a pillar of fire. Bright, huge, blazing, powerful, giving the people light to travel in the deep darkness and giving them warmth as well, because it gets pretty cold in the desert at night. In the morning, in the daytime, it gets sweltering, super hot, and at night, super cold. So, God never left the people. He stayed with them all the time in the pillar of the cloud or the pillar of fire. After they had traveled for a little while, God told Moses to have the people camp by the Red Sea. About this time, Pharaoh and his officials decided that they made a terrible mistake, letting the Israelites leave Egypt. Exodus chapter 14, 5-7 says, the king of Egypt was told that the people had escaped. Then Pharaoh and his officials changed their minds about them. They said, what have we done? We've let the people of Israel go. We've lost our slaves and all the work they used to do for us. So he had his chariot made ready. He took his army with him. He took 600 of the best chariots in Egypt. He also took along all the other chariots. Officers were in charge of all of them. Pharaoh was mad. All right, he was like, oh man, it's crazy how quickly he forgot about all of the plagues that were sent his way, which initially, had him convinced to let them all go. But, changed his mind. Pharaoh's heart was hardened, and he was dead set in getting those Israelites back. So, Pharaoh and his army got in their chariots and hurried to catch up to the people. It wasn't long before the Israelites heard the distant thunder of thousands of horses' hooves coming after them. They looked up from their campsite to see an army coming toward them in the distance. Yikes, that's scary. The Israelites were afraid. They had the sea in front of them, the mountains around them, and Pharaoh's mighty, mighty army behind them. They were trapped. The people cried to God for help. And then they wailed to Moses. Didn't we tell you to leave us alone? We'd rather serve the Egyptians than die in the desert. Oh, how quickly hearts turn when you're afraid. The people of Israel couldn't have been happier to leave Egypt. And now, again, they're like, man, Moses, this is all your fault. I know we almost got to leave, but now look at us. We're trapped. Do not be afraid, Moses told the people. God will rescue you. How do you immediately become so scared? God was, having you follow him in a tower of clouds, and then at night, a tower of fire. It's like they forgot that instantly. God will rescue you. You will never see the Egyptians again. God will do the fighting. You just need to be still. Then God told Moses to raise his staff and stretch out his hand over the sea in front of them. God told Moses that he was going to make a path right through the sea, and that he would make sure the Egyptians learned that he is God. The cloud pillar that had been traveling in front of the people moved behind them. As it got to be nighttime, the pillar became fire so that Israelites could see. But the side that faced the Egyptians was a thick, dark cloud. The Egyptians couldn't see much in the dark. The huge pillar made a safety wall between the Israelites and their enemies. Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, and all night long God pushed back the waters of the Red Sea with a strong wind, separating the Red Sea and put it into two, making a path to the other side for the Israelites. What do you think people thought when they saw the path through the huge sea? Pretty crazy, huh? The Israelites were amazed and thankful. God had protected them in a miraculous way. How do you think the Israelites felt? They had to celebrate. So Moses and his sister Miriam led the Israelites into singing and dancing before God. The people created songs on the spot about how God had saved and protected them. They played tambourines, singing God and praising to him. The God who could save them from the biggest, strongest, meanest army in the world was certainly able to bring them to the land he had promised to their fathers. The Israelites were terrified. But God proved time and time again, as he always does, that he is faithful and that he loves us and he'll protect us and that we mean everything to him. And he proves it time and time again. God can part the Red Sea, for the Israelites in their time of trouble. He could part the Red Sea for you, whatever the Red Sea in your life looks like. Have a great rest of your day.